Today on Lucky Dog, a terrier mix is being overlooked in the shelter.
Her name is Annie.
She might be the perfect match for a couple mourning the loss of their two previous dogs.
It took Cindy 2 years to get over losing Angel, and she misses Tootsie every day.
But if Annie is going to fit into a family with a lot of grandkids, she'll have to learn a whole new bag of tricks.
She's just flying through this obstacle course, and I think they're gonna have a lot of fun with her when she finally gets to go to her forever home. I'm Eric Weesey, and this is my wife, Rashi. And we've dedicated our lives to saving the lonely, unwanted dogs that are living without hope. Our mission is to make sure that these amazing animals find a purpose, a family, and a place to call home. Today, one dog will be saved, and one family will have a new best friend. This is Lucky Dog.
Presented by Cosequin Joint Health Supplements.
All right, guys.
Go, guys.
It's a nice sunny day, so Eric and Rashi decide to take two of their dogs, Rupert and Estelle, out for a joyride.
Rashi and I decided to rent a Surrey today, and a Surrey is kind of like a bicycle, but with 4 wheels.
Oh, man, my legs.
It's good for the dogs to get out, get a change in environment, and it's just something that we do to bond with our dogs.
Along the way, Rashi receives a text from the shelter about a dog in need of rescuing.
The shelter just texted me. They sent me a picture of a dog that keeps getting passed up. Her name is Annie.
Oh.
Look at that scruff.
Oh.
So she's black and white, female terrier mix. They said she's very active, friendly, and she actually appears to be in good health.
I can't believe people are still passing her up.
Given the circumstances, I'm gonna head over to the shelter right now and see if we can get this dog out. Oh, hey, Annie. Hey.
3-year-old Annie jumps at the chance to show Eric she wants out of the shelter.
Is it all right if I come in?
But it's her sweet, loving disposition that really makes her case.
Thank you. You're friendly. Hey.
And Eric promptly grants her request. Out of the shelter and back at the ranch, Annie is treated to a nice, warm bath.
Oh, you're doing such a good job. Yeah.
Once she's clean and dry, she receives a new collar, complete with a bronze medal, which she'll wear throughout basic training.
Good job, Annie. Good job. All right, ready to go to work?
In order to acclimate Annie to the ranch, Eric first introduces her to the empty training yard.
Yeah, get your new space.
She quickly makes herself right at home, so Eric brings in another dog.
Hey.
Followed by another human, Rashi.
Hi.
She's really friendly.
Yeah, she is. Look at her tail.
Seeing that Annie is completely comfortable, Eric's next step is introducing her to some of the other ranch residents.
Hey, guys.
It's clear that Annie loves attention and will do well in a home where she can be someone's constant companion. While Eric spends time bonding with Annie, Rashi begins a search for a potential family.
With Rashi's background in social work, it helps out immensely finding the families for the dogs that we take into the ranch.
And before long, she's found a couple that seem like a great fit for Annie.
My name is John Brewster, and I live with my wife, Cindy. She is very loving. She's very smart. She's very hardworking.
John is a colorful character. He is chatty. He's a New Yorker. He is just a wonderful man with a big heart.
John is retired after a 40-year career helping disadvantaged children, and Cindy works part-time as a medical secretary. The couple previously had 2 dogs, Tootsie, a Cocker Spaniel, and Angel, a Chihuahua Dachshund mix. They've both passed away, and it's taken John and Cindy a while to feel ready to adopt another dog.
For about 17 years, we had our 2 dogs, and now that we have been without our pets for 3 years, we've both started to have a yearning to have that nurturing component in our lives.
It took Cindy 2 years to get over losing Angel, and she misses Tootsie probably every day.
Having a dog in the house just kind of warms things up. It kind of brings out the best in you.
Before Eric can determine if John and Cindy are the right match for Annie, he'll have to do an assessment.
Today we're going to be assessing Annie and her knowledge of the 6 classic cues, which are sit, stay, down, come, leave it, and loose leash walking. Annie, whether it was coming when called or sit, she was actually pretty responsive. Yes, very good. That wasn't too bad. Yeah, good job. Let's see if we can turn that into a down. No, okay, that's something we're gonna have to work on. Let's see what your impulse control is like.
Eric notes that Annie also needs to work on leave it and loose leash walking.
Okay, work on some leash walking with you. What I notice about Annie is that she's very spunky. She actually seems like a very happy dog. So I'm really looking forward to the rest of the training with her. Yes, very good. All right, good job. Well, now we know what we need to work on.
Coming up, Eric and Rashi find out what a new dog would mean to potential adopters, John and Cindy.
It's been about 3 years since we've had a house full of dogs.
But to have a new little friend would really make us whole again.
Here's a health and wellness tip from Cosequin Joint Health Supplements. Most dogs love to run, jump, and play with their human families. But this kind of activity can be hampered by joint issues. Left unchecked, joint issues could result in pain, reduced mobility, or even lameness. If your dog shows signs of potential joint problems, including stiffness and difficulty rising, consider contacting your veterinarian to schedule an orthopedic exam. Eric recently rescued Annie, a 3-year-old terrier mix from the shelter.
She's the littlest.
Before he begins training, Eric devotes the first few days to bonding with her to earn her trust.
Oh.
While Eric spends time with Annie, Rashi works on finding her a family, and it doesn't take long for the search to pay off.
I found a potential family for Annie. I asked them to join a video call so you can ask all the questions you want to make sure she's a good fit for them.
Great.
The next day, Eric and Rashi sit down to chat with John and Cindy Brewster.
Hi, guys.
Hi, good morning.
We're excited to learn more about you guys.
Well, I'm a part-time medical secretary, and I work 3 days a week.
And I've been retired since 2012. For 40 years, I was working with disadvantaged children. For about 4 years, we have 1 or 2 dogs. Both have passed away. And I'll have to tell you, I really miss them. It's kind of lonely. Cindy cried for about 2 years. We miss them both.
Can you tell me how long it's been since you've had some dogs?
It's been about 3 years since we've had a house full of dogs.
We could not have had another dog immediately.
Yeah, that grieving process is different for everyone.
But to have a new little friend would really make us whole again.
What type of dog are you looking for?
I think we had narrowed it down to a female, a good old-fashioned mutt mix, a playful dog that enjoys running, fetching.
I, a couple of years ago, did develop high blood pressure. And as a result, one of the things I'm supposed to do is walk at least 150 minutes a week. And I think having a dog to walk with, I could probably get that up to 250 minutes a week. So the dog's going to need some energy.
Do you plan on doing any travel with your new dog?
Yes, we do drive occasionally to Orange County to visit my twin daughters. They each have a boy and a girl, so we have grandchildren there that we visit also.
Oh, okay. So definitely looking for a dog that is good with children, a dog that enjoys car travel.
Yes.
Can you tell us more about your community and your house?
We live in a very dog-friendly community. We have a very large 1-bedroom condo.
So I would love if you guys could send me some photos of your home just to make sure it's a safe environment for a dog.
Wonderful. We'd love to do that.
After speaking with Cindy and John, I feel good about the circumstances that Annie could potentially go into, but I still want to make sure that she displays calm behavior around children and that she is okay in most social circumstances. We've rescued a dog recently. I'm not sure if she's going to be the right fit, but once we discover more of her personality, we'll keep you guys posted and see if we can get you a new addition to your family.
Sounds wonderful.
Well, great. That would be terrific.
When Eric said that there was a possibility that there was a dog that he had in mind for us, that gave us a lot of good feelings and hope for the future.
Coming up next, Eric and Annie buckle down on her training.
Almost got there.
Annie, a 3-year-old terrier mix, is adjusting to life at the ranch. After several days of bonding and building trust with Eric, she's ready to begin her training on the 6 classic cues: sit, stay, down, come, leave it, and loose leash walking.
Come.
Eric discovers right away that Annie is a pro on the sit and come cues.
Sit. Yes.
He moves on to the down cue.
All right, Annie, you want to try a little down?
Annie has a harder time with this cue.
Almost got there.
So Eric decides to switch to a different technique.
Sometimes dogs don't understand the lure, so when you're luring from her nose down to the ground, she wasn't really responsive to it. She would kind of pop up. So I made a tunnel with my legs, and then I started to lure her through my legs. Anytime she did that, her belly and chest would go down to the ground, and I would mark with yes, and then reward her with that jackpot full of treats.
Yes. All right, we're going a little lower this time, okay? Ready?
Once we start to do that and she understands that it's because her chest and belly are going on the ground, not necessarily that she's walking or crawling underneath my legs, we can then start to work on just down without any obstacle for her to go under.
Over the next few days, Eric continues working with Annie on the down cue until she is doing it with ease. Eric also works with Annie on the leave it cue.
I'm just holding a treat in my fist, and I want to capture her looking away or losing focus from that fistful of treats. Yes. And she actually got pretty good at it pretty quickly. Yes. Once she's able to do that, I'm able to open my hand, leave it, show her the treats, and if she comes towards my hand, I'm able to close my hand back up, and then as she moves away, I offer the treats again. If she doesn't come back towards my hand, yes, I'll say yes, so I'll mark that behavior and treat. Leave it. We actually got through that pretty quickly as well. I'm able to drop treats on the ground for her now and say leave it, and she actually turns away and doesn't go for those treats. Leave it. Yes. Good job, Annie.
In the days to come, they continue working on the 6 classic cues. And because Annie's potential adopters have grandkids, Eric also addresses Annie's jumping habit.
All I'm gonna do is, as she approaches me, I'm gonna lure a treat over her head and get her to sit.
It doesn't take long for Annie to realize she gets rewarded for keeping all 4 paws on the ground.
So every time I approached her, she started to sit. Yes. I'm now more comfortable having her go into her forever home.
Oh, hi, Annie. Hi. Yes. Good girl. Good girl.
During a training break, Eric and Rashi review pictures of John and Cindy's condo to make sure it's a good place for a dog. They're both pleased with what they see.
Come.
And as Eric resumes training, he's impressed by Annie's progress.
Good job, Annie. Stay. Yes.
Annie has mastered the 6 classic cues, which means she's earned a promotion. Eric rewards her with a silver training medal.
Look at you and your silver medal. Yeah. All right. You ready to go? Okay, let's go.
Coming up, Annie leaps into her next training exercise.
Good job, Annie. Annie, come. Sit. Down. Stay.
3-year-old Annie has boundless energy, but she's taken her training very seriously, mastering the 6 classic cues.
Okay, Annie, come.
And earning her silver training medal. But her work's not done, so Eric switches gears and begins more family-specific training. First, Eric conditions Annie to be the perfect walking partner for John. Then, Since John and Cindy want to take their new dog on trips to visit their grandchildren, Eric acclimates Annie to car travel. He makes sure that she's well socialized in public places, and he confirms that she's good with children.
Good job, Annie.
They're almost to the finish line, but Eric has one last training trick up his sleeve.
After speaking with Cindy and John, they mentioned they have a few grandkids and that they are very active, so I thought it'd be fun to work with Annie on agility. Okay, Annie. Agility is great for dogs because it creates mental stimulation. It's also a great way to get some excess energy out, and it's a good way to bond with your dog. Annie took to it like a fish does water.
In the days to come, Annie becomes an agility pro.
She was able to be lured through the weaving poles and through the hoop, and then she was easily jumping over the hurdle at the end.
Yes. Good girl.
I can't wait to show Cindy and John and the grandkids what she's capable of, and I think they're gonna have a lot of fun with her when she finally gets to go to her forever home.
Good job.
Coming up,
All right, you guys ready?
Yep.
Annie puts on a show-stopping performance for her new family when Lucky Dog returns. Lucky Dog is presented by Cosequin Joint Health Supplements. A few short weeks ago, Annie was being overlooked in the shelter. Now her agility skills have earned her some well-deserved attention.
Hey, Annie, good job.
Go see Rashi. Go see
Good job.
Rashi.
Oh, so proud of you.
Annie is ready to go on to her new home, which means that it's time for Rashi to say goodbye.
We're gonna miss you, Annie.
All right, Annie, it's time to go.
Bye, baby girl.
Eric and Annie drive to Santa Ana to meet John and Cindy at their daughter's house, where they'll be able to meet several family members.
This morning, we were able to sit and talk with one of our twins, and then all of a sudden, I see this tall man coming down with Annie.
Hey, guys. Look who it is, Annie.
Oh,
Oh.
I think she likes us.
Yeah. Say hi, Annie.
Oh, you're cute.
What a surprise. What a great surprise.
And what was even more of a surprise is how much Annie liked us. It's like we'd known each other forever.
The first time she came up to me and put her little paws on my knees, it was exhilarating. My heart went aflutter.
She's really cute, and she was very, very friendly and seemed really happy to meet everybody.
Annie almost immediately fell in love with them. She was sniffing, wagging her tail, everything that I wanted to see.
Hey, guys.
It's now time for the most important test of all. Eric must be sure that Annie is a good match for John and Cindy's grandchildren.
Say hi, Annie.
One of our top check boxes was to have a dog who was friendly with children, and she passed with flying colors.
I think she likes him.
Yeah.
This very loving and sweet dog just had them all in her little paws.
Next, Eric shows off Annie's new talent.
Stay.
We had an agility park set up in the yard, and I got to show them what Annie's skills were.
And Annie puts on quite the show.
Oh, look at her go.
She made it.
The agility track that Eric had Annie go through was a wonderful surprise.
Good job.
It was really fun to see the kids' reaction to all of this, and they actually got to try some of it.
It was really fun.
Yes.
I like the tunnel because it's fun to watch her go through it.
Oh,
Good.
The holes was super cool. How she could just go in and out and in and out.
Yeah, that was really cool. How she was able to weave through those almost every time.
Annie seems like she'd be the type of dog to be like really shy, and she wouldn't want to go through things, but she's actually quite bold.
Annie is a big hit with all of her new family members, which means there's only one thing left to do.
So I have one last thing to give Annie before I go, her gold graduation medal.
There we go.
I'm sure that it gave Eric a sense of accomplishment to be able to award her that gold medal. But I think it also, although he probably wouldn't say it, made him a little sad.
Bye, Annie.
It was good to see how well he had done his job, but it was also a little sad to see that he had to walk away from one of his proteges.
All right, John.
It's all yours. All right. Take care of it, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye.
Everything.
Bye.
A little over a month ago, Annie's future was in complete doubt, and now she's in her forever home, and I'm so happy that she's with Cindy and John and the rest of the family because I know she's gonna have a great life.
Having Annie in our home is going to make our life much more meaningful and complete.
It will give me more purpose. It'll give me something to look forward to every day when I wake up.
From hopeless to a home. That's our mission. One dog at a time.